Hi everyone, this is Legacy School Year 7 History, Lesson 22, the First Crusade. We will understand the importance of Jerusalem. We will talk about the Byzantine Empire and how threatened it felt due to the expansion of Islam. We will be looking at some maps. We will learn why the First Crusade started, and we will learn what happened during and after the First Crusade. Now, of course, you all know how important Jerusalem is for all of us. It is one city with three religions, so it is a holy city for three different religions because they all originated here in this land, and this city has the holiest, the most important sites for three very important religions. You can see, definitely, Masjid Al-Aqsa, our Dome of the Rock, in English it's called, where Muhammad, the Prophet Muhammad, ascended to heaven. This is the place where from which he ascended to heaven, so it is extremely important for Muslims. Now, on the top picture, you can see the Wailing Wall, which is a very holy site and a site of daily worship for the Jews. The Jewish people believe that this wall is the only remaining wall of the Temple of Solomon, their Jewish King Solomon. And the bottom picture shows the church of the Holy Sepulchre, which is a holy site for the Christians because they believe that Jesus Christ was buried here and he resurrected, came to life here in this church. So three religions, one city, and a lot of people believe or would like to claim this city as their own. Now, why the Crusades started? Now, we understand that in 638, Jerusalem was conquered by the Muslims, to the outrage of the Christians at that time, of course. Although in the beginning, Muslims were very, very tolerant towards other religions, and Christians could come to Jerusalem for pilgrimages and visit their holy sites. However, in 1079, the more fierce Seljuk Turks took over Jerusalem, and because they were so fearful, such fearful warriors from Central Asia, the Christians started being afraid what might happen if they come. Of course, they occupied the Byzantine Empire, and they will not allow pilgrims to visit Jerusalem. Now, the Seljuk Turks already started spreading their control over Asia. They already occupied Anatolia. I will show you on the other map where that is. And the Byzantine Emperor Alexios I, or Alexios Komnenos, asked the Pope to send help. In this picture, you can see Pope Urban II talking to people. It doesn't show the people, obviously, but it was a huge speech at the Council of Clermont in November 1095. He's talking to not only the bishops and archbishops, but also to the wider public, mobilizing the people to take the Holy Land from the Muslims. So he is the one, after this speech, basically, this speech triggered the mobilization of the Christians. And this is how the Crusades started. Now, before we take a look at maps, why did people join the Crusades? Now, of course, the Pope wanted to reunite Christians. He wanted to show leadership and to be the leader of all Christians. If you remember the previous lesson, we learned that the Byzantine Empire, or the Eastern Orthodox Church, the representatives and the people of the Eastern Orthodox Church did not recognize the Pope's leadership. So because the Byzantine Empire was bordering the Muslims, and they were very close. There was a chance for the Pope to show that we are your leaders, we will come and help you. Now, for the ordinary people, of course, why would they join the Crusades? They wanted to erase their sins, because Pope Urban II told them, if you go to the Crusades, all your sins will be erased. Now, some people wanted to earn a place in heaven, of course. This was also communicated to them. If you go, you will have a place in heaven. Of course, unfortunately, loads of criminals as well went and joined the Crusades because they wanted to escape. And some knights and richer people wanted to establish Christian kingdoms on these very rich lands. And of course, for the church and for the Christians, it was very important to spread Christianity and the borders of the Christian lands. Now let's take a look at the map. Now I would like you to show you Anatolia. Okay, this part, okay, of Turkey is Anatolia, and before the Crusades, these lands were already gradually taken by the Muslims, the Seljuk Turks, who were spreading in Asia Minor. We call this area also Asia Minor, or Asia Minor as well, you can hear. So this part of Turkey, present-day Turkey, of course, was gradually taken by the Muslims, and Constantinople and Alexios Komnenos, the Byzantine Empire, was afraid that the Muslims are coming and they're going to take Constantinople. And this is why he asked the Pope to come and help. You can see the lines, how people were gathering from France, Germany, and slowly marching towards Constantinople. When they reached Constantinople, they were given supplies. They went further. Nicaea, I'll show you Nicaea, which is a holy city, at that time already occupied by the Muslims. It was taken back by the Crusaders. You can see Edessa, okay, then Antioch, and Jerusalem at the end, gradually taken by the Crusaders. So let's take a look at some Crusade facts. When they left Europe, 60,000 men, women and children gathered from France, Germany, and Italy. They were led by noblemen from France. They stopped in Constantinople and got supplies, as I already told you. They took the holy city of Nicaea, I showed you in present-day Turkey on the Asian side, and returned it to the Byzantine rule as it was previously. Then they reached the city of Antioch, which was, of course, also taken by the Muslims after taking Edessa. After 8 months besieging Antioch, they took Antioch as well. And then they marched on towards Jerusalem. They marched south, suffered heat, thirst, and starvation. But then eventually they reached Jerusalem on the 7th of June, 1099. They took, this picture shows you the siege of Antioch, which was eventually taken back by the Crusaders and returned to the Byzantine rule. This picture shows you the siege of Jerusalem, and as we mentioned earlier, 1099, eventually the Crusaders reached Jerusalem. They rested for a month. They built siege towers and broke through the defenses where the walls were weaker. And when they got inside, they massacred everybody without any questions. They killed and tortured the Muslim and Jewish population. Of course, this shocked the Muslim world, and soon they responded with their own holy war jihad to take back Jerusalem. And after the taking of Jerusalem, the kingdom of Jerusalem was established. Right, so please read pages 56, 57 in your book and answer your questions on page 57 into your copybook. Thank you. Bye-bye.